Yo, what is going on, Guardians, and welcome back to another Destiny 2 gameplay video. Hey, in this video, I freaking found it. I found the best sidearm build that I've ever used so far in Destiny 2. And I used it all day today on stream. Well, probably about 5 straight hours of PvP. And I had an absolute riot. I had so much fun doing this. We racked up over a dozen 40 bombs today, and just basically using this sidearm and some of the things I'm gonna show you guys in this build cohesively together, and it was so much fun. So just a reminder, if you ever want to see these plays live, you're welcome to come on over to the page at Facebook Gaming. It's facebook.com/TheTrueVanguard. All right. So let's talk about this build specifically. What makes it unique? How does it operate? And how do you use these perks and things all synergistically? First and foremost, I'm on a hunter. I don't log a whole lot of hunter time comparatively. I use hunter. I've logged less time on my hunter than any other character. Between my warlock and my titan. And on top of that, I've logged the least amount of time on my Arcstrider than any other subclass in the game. Arcstrider is my least played, and that even includes the Forsaken subclasses. So here's the bones of the build. First and foremost, I'm using a sidearm called the Lonesome. It is the Gambit Prime / Reckoning sidearm. It is a 260 precision archetype sidearm. Mine has a range masterwork. I got a backup mag on it. I use light mag for a little bit extra range. I could use full bore. Look at the range bump on that. If you use full bore, it's insane. But I tend to go with chambered compensator over it just because I really do like that stability. It's also got rapid hit. And here's the kicker. It's got Demolitionist, which is going to give me grenade energy on kills. And so I'm using it as my primary. I've got a scatter projectile targeting helmet on to affect both my pulse and my sidearm. I'm using Shinobu's Vow. Shinobu's Vow gives you 2 improved skip grenades. So the build is, you can see where this is going, I think. And then here's the next big kicker here. It is the Enhanced Bomber perk on the boots. Enhanced Bomber makes it so that when you shade step, when you use your class ability, you're going to get a huge, like a jolt to your grenade energy. Now I'm rocking 4 Paragon mods. So I'm going to be shade stepping a lot. Now on top of that, that means if I'm shade stepping a lot, I'm probably getting my melee ability back a lot. And if I'm shade stepping a lot now with the bomber perk, I'm also getting my grenade back a lot. So it's just, and with my with the perks, I get also more grenade energy when the scatter grenades are doing damage. I'm using the Way of the Curse. So as the grenades themselves, the skip grenades, are doing damage, they're automatically recooling themselves down. Check this out. Just look at all these things working synergistically in this clip right here. So I just threw a skip grenade. Look, I have 2. Like I already have the one that I just threw. It's cooled down. I have 2 again. And so I throw another one. And I start wailing on this dude. Now look at my energy. I almost have a second one back already. Like, it's insane. And as I'm getting kills with the Lonesome, it's automatically cooling it down faster. Look at this. Look how many grenades I can throw. It's just, I can grenade, I can shade step, I can grenade, I can grenade, I can melee, I can grenade. Like, it's just so much energy. Now here's the thing. The skip grenades, they're not like, truthfully, they're really not that great. They're really good at sort of being a preemptive grenade, like when you're going into an engagement. But what I found their real value is, I'm going to be honest, it wasn't necessarily that the grenades were doing a ton of work killing people. What they were doing is they were limiting my engagements where I was outnumbered. It was cutting them down. Like, I'd throw a grenade. See, this guy comes in, but that grenade, it actually went outside and tracked somebody else and kept them from pushing in on me, right? He was like, oh, better back off. I don't want to take damage this grenade. So it gave me the advantage because it turned a 1v2 into 1v1. And so I was able to keep that streak alive. Now, it's so much fun using all these things together. I had to emote on this dude because That's a YouTube hater. That's one of my. I matched a guy that is always slinging hate in my YouTube comment section about how much better he is than me, and then he made a comment about my wife. So I matched against him randomly yesterday and dropped 41 kills on him, and he had 18. It was great. Literally calls himself Sweatlord, but that's neither here nor there. So when you get into a groove of using all these things synergistically, cohesively, it's such a fun way to play. It's so dynamic. You are managing all these cooldowns. You're so mindful of all the things that you can do, all these tools in your belt. And that's the thing, this build, because of how it's tooled, I'm getting everything back quickly. I'm getting my melee ability back quickly. I'm getting my grenades back quickly. I'm getting my shade steps back quickly. And so it's just, you have so many things available to you to use that it makes your gameplay so much more exciting and dynamic. And it's a very three-dimensional build. You know, most people right now, they're just falling into a rut. They're just falling into a groove where they're playing one-dimensionally. Well, I got my one-eyed mask. Oh, you know, I got my one-eyed mask and my air until I got my one-eyed ass and my shotgun, whatever it may be. There's so many things in this game right now that they're just thinking so one-dimensionally. And while those things may work, and I'm not hating on people for choosing to, they can play whatever they want to play with. I just feel bad for them because they're committing themselves to what I believe is a subpar experience, and I think that a lot of people, now this isn't the case for everybody, everyone has their own preferences, but I think that a lot of people sell themselves short. They would be having more fun if they tried something like this. There's so many builds in this game where there's a lot of different perks you can combine to make a fun playstyle, and people just limit their experience to being one-dimensional and playing really meta things. And like I said, again, I want to reiterate, there's nothing wrong with that, but you're just limiting your experience and giving yourself a subpar Destiny experience, in my opinion. Now, I had so many plays and streaks and fun, exciting moments today that I decided to throw them all into this video. But I'm not going to talk your ear off for 12 minutes straight, because frankly, I'd just be making stuff up at that point. Everything that's important to say, I've already said about the build. So use this as an opportunity to enjoy some really great gameplay and to see how I'm using all these things cohesively in the moment. And hopefully you learn something just by watching and not just by listening. And also want to cut out my commentary that gives you the opportunity to really experience what's going on in the match. A lot of times, if there's commentary, you can't hear, oh, this guy popped a super. You hear the audio cues and all that stuff when you get just the gameplay. So hopefully that'll give you a more immersive experience. So thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed the rest of the gameplay. Just a reminder, you are welcome to come and join our new community over on Facebook Gaming. We'd love to see you there. In the meantime, you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope to catch you in the Crucible. Bye-bye.
That shuttle is still close. You're in the lead. A fire team that fights together stays together. With 10 hunters like you, I could make the frontier safe again. Zone B, Captain. You have zone advantage. You made that look easy, Warlock. 2 for 1. A fire team that fights together stays. Triple down. A fire team that fights together stays together. Relax, guys. You're getting stronger as you fight. I love it. That shut them down. Minutes. Could go your way, could go theirs. Hunters like you blaze a path for the rest of us. I can't believe what I'm seeing! Strength in numbers, Guardian. Excellent!